That's Ryan Cabbage, and we don't just call him coach anymore. We call him Coach of the Year around here. Congratulations on the win last weekend, and I know things are slowing down for exams and things like that. It's an interesting few weeks. Let's kind of rewind back to last year. After the A-10 tournament, the 2 weeks leading up or the week leading up to the announcements, a little bit different tack this year knowing that you're in. What is the difference in that week before the announcements last year to this year for you guys?
Well, I think obviously the ability to be a little more relaxed this year, knowing that our spot is secure. Last year we were, right on the bubble, and so from a coach's standpoint, last year looking at every angle and trying to figure out a way where we're going to be in, where we're not going to be in. This year, we can kind of start researching a little bit more on golf courses and kind of put our focus toward that. From a player standpoint, those guys can focus solely on final exams coming up and not have to worry in the back of their mind, are we going to get into regionals, are we not? And so just a little bit more relaxed this year, obviously, than last year.
Raul repeats as individual champion, and last year a little bittersweet, obviously, with the rain out in the final day, but a chance to enjoy that with the rest of the guys celebrating a team championship. He said it was a lot more fun traveling back. It was a lot more collegial, a lot more fun for the guys. What was that atmosphere like for you guys once you had the title in hand?
It was, that's always a lot of fun when you win, and as well as these guys played on Sunday, and to have the lead that we had with 3 or 4 holes to play, knowing that Braden had capped his round off with a good solid 69 there, and really having the ability to enjoy that, although the players, because I didn't share a lot of information with them on the golf course, but from my standpoint, knowing that we were pretty comfortably in the lead and being able to sort of relax a little bit, not a lot because that 18th hole at Heron Bay is a tough one, but knowing that we had a pretty sizable lead and could kind of enjoy it a little bit as we finished that round up. And then, post-round and with the guys and the return trip home, being able to celebrate with them, that's always a lot of fun.
4 out of 5 count each round, and it was kind of cool to see everyone contribute. It's kind of really, as a golf coach, what you want to see, competition within your own squad. Does that mean something special, additionally special, that everyone had a hand in the win?
Oh, it does. I think it speaks to the depth of this team. As we talked about before we went to Heron Bay, and we discussed guys that wouldn't be traveling with the team and the good players that we would be leaving behind. With the 5 guys that we had at Heron Bay, we felt like the advantage for us that week was the amount of depth that we had, and to have guys, to see a guy like Braden who struggled the first round come back with 2 solid rounds. Franco struggled a little bit in the second round, came back with a good solid 71 in the final round, and then to put us in the position that he did with Thomas Rowland's first 2 rounds, was really remarkable, and just a good all-around team effort, and something that we're certainly very proud of.
Lastly, before we start talking forward, let's one more backwards about Raul winning a second in a row. As a sophomore, he could, unfortunately, you won't have a chance to defend an A-10 title, but you will have a chance to play for some more golf next year. What does that mean for a young guy like that, to win twice, win an individual title twice?
Well, I think it speaks to the talent level that Raul has, to play as well as he did when we really needed him to play well, as he did. And not only at Heron Bay, he played well in Iowa when we really needed, a good solid finish out there. He's a guy that from a consistency standpoint, both on and off the golf course, he's very stable. He's just just a great guy, and I couldn't be happier for him and what he's been able to accomplish.
All right, the guys will focus on exams. What will happen the following week? The NCAA announcement show will be next Monday, but what is preparation like once classes are over and you guys can solely focus on the next task at hand?
Yeah, we just had a meeting with the guys today, and we finished up with our final day of class. So they'll jump into exams starting on Thursday. We will actually have very little mandatory golf time, as I would call it, over the course of the next few days. The guys need to focus on those exams. We will have a 5 to 6 day period. Once the announcements are made, guys will wrap up exams, and then we'll be able to kind of get back and focus on golf. These guys will still do some work on their golf game with study breaks and different things like that. So they won't put the clubs completely away, but from our standpoint, with mandatory practices and things like that, we'll be a little bit more relaxed so they can focus on the academic side, get that taken care of, and then we'll jump right back in on the golf side and be ready to go to whichever regional they send us to.
You talked, and we talked a couple weeks ago about momentum and peaking. We talked before the Iowa tournament. We talked before the A-10 tournament. But now you sort of you're forced to kind of step away for a couple weeks. Does that concern you at all about momentum? And, guys with hot putters got to stay hot and got to keep going as you get ready to ramp up for regionals?
Not really. I feel like that we're playing well. I feel like the guys are in a good spot with their golf games. Again, they'll take a little bit of a break and focus academically over the next few days, but they won't completely put the clubs away. They'll still be able to get some time in and do some things with their game. And it's a great time of year to be playing well, obviously. And like I said, we'll kind of ramp back up as we get ready to go to regionals. But as we spoke about before going to Heron Bay for the A-10 championship, not a lot will change as far as our approach. We didn't do anything differently before going to Heron Bay. We really won't do anything differently going to regionals.
All right, last question for you, Coach. And this is the politically correct answer you're supposed to give is no, we're happy to be there. But is there a preference of any of the 6 spots you could be sent to? They're all over the country. You could get differing weather. Do you have any knowledge of any of the courses that would be advantageous to you? And we'll ask you if you're happy about the choice Monday, but I just wanted to see before what you thought about the possible sites.
Well, I'll give the politically correct answer, and it doesn't matter to us. We're fortunate to have some knowledge of 4 of the golf courses, the golf courses at LSU and at Florida State, Ohio State, and Arizona State. We are familiar with those golf courses. That leaves Arkansas and Washington State as host sites that we're not as familiar with those golf courses. But in knowing the 4 that we are familiar with, I think all those golf courses set up well for our team. And like I said, we've played a variety of golf courses throughout the course of the year. That's why our schedule is set up the way that it is. And then we're, thankful to Darren Spees and the administration here at Charlotte to be able to provide those resources to play around the country to prepare us for a situation just like this, where we could be in the Northwest, we could be in the Southeast, we could be in the Midwest. We'll go wherever they send us and just be ready to go when we get there.
I was going to say, when you do look at the exact geography of your schedule, it makes a lot of sense now that you look at the regional sites. You plan that. You plan that quite well. And yes, definitely shout out to Darren. And we know that when you get there, wherever there will be good teams waiting for you at this level.
There will be. And that's something, again, with our schedule that we've played throughout the course of the year, as we've talked with the guys, we play many, many fields that are regional level fields with teams there that are going to compete to advance to the NCAA championship. And that's something that, again, I think our guys will have a comfort level there, knowing that, we've seen these teams, we've played with these teams, and knowing that, if we play well, if we take care of our business, we're going to have a great shot to advance to Atlanta and the NCAA finals.
All right, we're going to check back in with you Monday night after selections, find out where you're going and get your opinions on that. But first, a week just to kind of enjoy it a little bit. I know the guys are going to be in exams, but congratulations on all the accolades, Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, all the academic stuff that's coming out, the all-conference. Congratulations, and we're all still pushing for more out of you guys this year.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to the next couple of weeks, and as we've said before, it's an exciting time of the year. It's what we look forward to, and why we do the things that we do in January and February when that weather might not be conducive for a lot of practice, but we're looking forward to the next few weeks and really excited about it.
Congrats. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.